Tuesday morning at 8 a.m. I put my earbuds in my ears and tucked the end of the cord into my shirt. It didn't lead to anything, but it was better that people thought I couldn't hear them. It was better that no one tried to talk to me. My whole world was for show. My run couldn't be any different. I opened up the front door and breathed in the scent of autumn. The fall leaves were wet from the rain the night before, and there was an unmistakable crispness in the air. I loved autumn. The thought made me pause. My fingers stayed glued to the door handle. Love? What a preposterous thought. I didn't love anything. I didn't believe in love. But addiction? I believed in that. I understood that better than most people. How could I not? I was almost positive I was addicted to him. Chapter 2. I usually kept my eyes glued to the pavement in front of me, not daring to let my gaze wander. But today I couldn't seem to stop looking at the houses. They were all the same. Beige siding, brown front doors, perfectly inviting cookie-cutter houses designed for cookie-cutter families. I used to crave that. When I was a little girl, I dreamt of everything I didn't have. I wanted it desperately, much like how I craved him now. I was naive back then. Now I knew that the things I craved should be kept at arm's length. Fool me once, shame on you, but fool me twice? Not going to happen. My head snapped toward the sound of a lawnmower starting. The timing was pure perfection. My feet slowed to a light jog, unable to maintain my pace when I saw him. Somehow he always seemed to take my breath away, and all my senses became overloaded: sight, touch, taste, smell, and sound. My lips parted slightly, an involuntary reaction. We were a whole lawn away. This was the closest I'd ever been to him, and the closest I'd ever be. So why was it so easy to imagine him kissing my lips, tasting the saltiness of his skin, feeling the whisper of his breath in my ear? A daydream. A fantasy so oversaturated that it felt real. More real than anything in my actual life. I wasn't even sure what it was about him that consumed my mind. The way his hair fell slightly on his forehead? The tan that somehow highlighted the cut of his muscles? The kind smile that was much too kind for someone like me? He looked up as I passed. That same smile I dreamt about crossing his lips. No, it wasn't the smile that had captured me, although the kindness behind it was part of the intrigue. It was the dimple on his cheek. Not one on each cheek, just the one. On his left cheek. It was an imperfection on an otherwise perfect physique. It was the imperfection that drew me in. He waved as he continued to push the mower with his free hand. The first time he had waved to me, I immediately snapped my eyes back to the pavement. I had felt the heat cross my cheeks. He had caught me staring. My heart had slammed against my ribcage like I had been running for 5 miles instead of 5 minutes. And when I had looked back over my shoulder, he was still staring at me. But that awkward moment had been 6 months ago. Now we had a routine. He waved and I would wave back. It was less awkward if I waved back. Less abnormal. Most people didn't have to try so hard to be normal. To me, it was excruciating work. I didn't ever want someone to see through my exterior to the torment inside of me. I lifted my hand and waved. He smiled and looked back down at the lawnmower. Our exchange was over, and I kept running, refusing to look back. It was better if I dreamt of him staring after me. It was better if I didn't know whether he was or not. I'd never looked back ever since that first day, but it was hard to shake that feeling that his gaze would be on me if I looked over my shoulder. I picked up my pace as I turned the corner. My obsession with him was ridiculous. I knew nothing about him besides for his appearance, and I knew how meaningless appearances were. I knew I was attractive. My mother always used to say it was the only thing I had going for me. I hated when she'd say that. Maybe that was when my insides...